Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So for today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I wanted to talk about 5 different ways you can actually touch the guy that you like. Now you might be wondering and thinking right now in your head, well that's kind of a scary thing to do since like the guy that I like doesn't even know that I like him. But these things that I'm gonna be telling you are things that are very subtle and ways that you're gonna be able to show your emotions through touch. So if you do like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you've ever done any of these. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and here are 5 different ways to touch the guy that you like. Alright, the first one that I came up with that is actually a really common thing to do, but something that I don't think really people understand how much it means, and that is holding hands. The reason that I think that if you do like somebody and you haven't got to that point yet where you don't really know how they feel, if you actually go in and try to hold their hand, what this does is it gives you the ability to kind of move to the next step, like realize that both of you guys actually have the same feelings for each other. I think that what it does too is it gets that kind of like awkward stage out of the way where it's like, you know you want to hold each other's hands, but you just don't do it. So if you do think you're in the position where that other person has some feelings for you and you definitely feel them, that's just like a really cute thing to do. If they do grab your hand, then you already know that they have the same feelings. The next thing that I came up with is hugging. You're now so close to that person that you're actually wrapping your arms around them. It has to be like the right moment. It can't be you guys just standing there talking to each other and then you just randomly give them a hug. The opportunity to actually hug someone comes up more than you might think. If they achieve something or they accomplish something or they're doing something that makes you happy or you haven't seen them in a long time, that's another perfect opportunity to just like reach over and tell them how happy you are about it and actually physically touch them. Find one of those moments that's like hidden in there, and it definitely won't be weird if you do it at the right time. So look out for those moments. That's actually going to be a way that you can give your crush a hug, is just by talking to them and finding that moment. So the next way that I think you can actually touch your crush, and this one is kind of like they have to have a little bit of feelings there that like you can kind of see or you can kind of feel, but I think a great way in order to actually touch the crush that you have is to kiss them on the cheek. Before you freak out, there are a couple ways that you can do this that are super sneaky. First way to sneakily give a guy a kiss on the cheek that you actually have a crush on is to pretend like you have to tell him a secret. He's automatically gonna turn his head like this and he's gonna be waiting for something to happen. So if you don't even tell him anything, you can just kiss him on the cheek. You don't want to get that crazy with it. Say you're giving your crush or whatever a hug at the end of the night or the end of the day or whenever you're hanging out with them. One really easy way to give them a kiss on the cheek is right after you hug them. You're already right by their face and they might not be expecting it, and I think it'll just surprise them and make them realize that like you have a lot more feelings than maybe they thought. Now for that one, I'm already kind of basing it off of like, you know that they have feelings for you, but if you're in that situation where you both know you have a crush on each other and you don't know what to do, giving them a kiss on the cheek is not like a huge crazy thing. You're just giving them a hug and then kissing them on the cheek and then just see what their reaction is. So that is the third thing that I came up with on how to actually touch your crush. The next thing that I came up with is kind of a weird one. Maybe this isn't like one that everybody would do. I can speak from experience with this one because I always wear a hat. And one thing that people love to do is they love to rip your hat off and they like to play with your hair or take your hat or all those different types of things. Those are all things where you're actually like touching that person. And I think that it's a great way, especially if you do have a crush on them, to kind of break that touch barrier, because now you just either touch their head or you touch their hat and you just became that much closer to that person. So that's one thing that used to happen to me, and I know that it's probably happening to a lot of other guys out there, but that's another way that you're actually able to touch your crush in a really sneaky way. Alright, the next one that I came up with is one that can be taken 2 ways. Either you're dancing like a crazy person or you're just dancing and having fun and doing that, but I think that dancing, you're actually like physically grabbing their hands or their arms. If you go to a dance and there's the guy there that you have a crush on and you go to dance with them, you're most likely gonna touch hands or hold hands, or if there's an opportunity to dance somewhere, it would be kind of cool to go to those places and do that if you know your crush is gonna be there. So yeah, I think that's another great opportunity and just like an easy way in order to kind of break that barrier. So after all of those things being said, those are just a couple different ways that you can actually like sneakily touch the other person, especially if you do have a really big crush on them. Holding hands and giving them a hug at the right time and dancing with them when it's appropriate or whatever is really good opportunities to do that. So I hope that today's video was kind of able to like open up your mind to some different things if you haven't thought about them. If you do like today's video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and as always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Saturday in next week's video. Bye!
Bye.